Good morning, good morning. One of the reasons I think that most people don't really get to where they want to get to in their career when they want to get there is because they actually don't have any clear idea of where it is they want to get to in the first place. In my last video, we talked about my careers mastery program, and I said that I'd come along with 5 clear benefits from taking part in careers mastery. And the first of those is that we will give you a very clear idea of where you want to go and why you want to get there. And it's so important to actually understand where your career is going, because if you don't know where you're going, how will you ever know if you get there, when you get there? This is James Foster and Careers Matter. So having clear purpose, having a clear destination, having a clear vision of what you want for yourself is important. It can't be overemphasized, the importance of why you need to have a path that you can follow with a clear destination in mind. And that's the whole idea of the Careers Mastery Program, is that we start working with you to understand what it is that really motivates you, what you enjoy, why you enjoy it, what excites you, what challenges you, why you feel that is the way, the direction that you want to move in. It's important that you have that clarity in your own mind as to where you want to get to. Look at myself. For many years, in several different jobs, it was the job that I was doing. It wasn't a career path. And until I actually focused on where I wanted to go and what I wanted to get to, I had no direction. I had no path to follow. And I was doing a job. Yes, I was in the Royal Navy, but I was doing my job in the Royal Navy. It wasn't a career as such. Many other people in the Royal Navy, yeah, they had a career plan and a career path, and they wanted to know where they wanted to get to. But for myself, it wasn't that clear. I wanted to be in the Royal Navy because it was a good option for me at the time when I left school. When I left the Royal Navy, in the first instance, I got to work for British Telecom. It was the post office at the time. That's how long ago that was. But and I got into being a telephone engineer, which I enjoyed, but it wasn't a career plan. It was just the job that I went into. And so many people drift between jobs in this way. They don't know where they want to go. And until I actually focused, and this was quite late on in recent years, to actually focused on the fact that I wanted to come up with something, really achieve something, that I actually started to work towards a goal, towards an objective, towards a destination. It's then that I started getting a clear vision. It took some time for me to really understand how to build that. These things don't happen overnight, but I needed to understand where I was wanting to take my own career, my own life. As it happened, it was working for myself in my own business, working in this particular line of work as a recruiter. I wanted to build a business. I wanted to see that develop into something with significance, etc., etc. And this isn't about this short video isn't about where I go, but I want to show you the fact that when you do start to get direction and focus, then the energy goes into that focus, and you start moving in that direction. When you visualize your goal, when you know where your goal is going to, what your goal is and where you want to get to, then you have some more motivation to push you into that direction. Things start working in your life, driving you in that way. It's if you've got nowhere to go, you drift. If you don't have a course to follow, where you're just going any old where, and you could end up anywhere, and it's probably not where you really want to be. So you've got to, first of all, you've got to give yourself that direction. You've got to have that focus. You've got to have clear purpose. When you have clear purpose, then you have the momentum, you have the mindset, the motivation, and can create the momentum that's going to see you going in that direction. Christopher Hyer. That's going to help you go in that direction and get to achieve those goals. But you have to have that clear objective in mind. And the Careers Mastery Program is about helping you to get that clarity of thought, that clarity of vision, to know what you want to achieve in your life and in your career. And when you know that, we can then work on the next steps, which is why. And we'll talk about the why in another video tomorrow or the day after, but we'll talk about your why later on this week. But for the moment, I want to focus just a little bit on getting that clarity of vision. Imagine, if you will, 2-3 years down the line from now, where will you be? What will you have achieved? How will you have achieved it? How will you know that you have reached a particular point in your life that you had intended? Those are the questions that we start to ask. So imagine right this moment that we're in 2022, May 2022. Where will you be? What will you be doing? What will you have achieved? What will your life look like? Start imagining now. Start positioning yourself, putting yourself into that position, and feeling how you will feel at that particular point. If, and we'll consider two options, if you've achieved what you set out to achieve, how good will you feel? How will it make you emotionally feel? How will you feel about yourself? But then consider, if in 12 months' time from now you haven't achieved what you set out to achieve, how will you feel then? Looking back, what have you done wrong? How has that impacted your life? Has that left you with a void? Do you still feel underachieved? Do you undervalue yourself? These are the emotions that you can feel when you achieve and when you don't achieve. When you achieve, you feel good about yourself. You feel like you're making progress. You feel like you're going toward the destination. You feel like you're getting somewhere. You feel good. You feel lifted. When you don't achieve, it depresses you. It pushes you down, and you feel like you're drifting. And the job becomes unimportant. The job that you're doing becomes just another job, something you have to get through, that you drag yourself out for each day. You don't feel good about yourself. Okay, you're getting money in. It may be impacting other parts of your life and enabling other parts of your life. But in your career, you feel dissatisfied. And that is the state of most people, because they don't know where they're going. What Careers Mastery Program is about is giving you that focus and that direction, and then leading you on the path, or helping you to travel on that path that will get you to that destination. So the first of the benefits then is to have a clear idea of where you want to be going. The second, third, fourth, we'll cover off later this week or early next week. But for the moment, just think of it in this context. If you know where you want to go, then you know the way to get there. And you can measure and track your progress towards that. If you don't know where you want to go, if you don't know why you want to get there, then you're never going to achieve anything. And your career and your life will be drifting along. This is James Foster, and Careers Matter.